Oh, did it not play? Andy must have kicked it off. What's up, guys? Welcome in. Welcome in. This is the Rushmore Show, where it's all about your top four and nothing more. As you can see, I am hanging out by myself right now, but we've got some really, really great guests. As you jump in, say hello, say hello. This week has been pretty crazy. If you're sitting here watching this on the replay, school has just started in our area. School is starting all over the place, really, and we're really getting that thing kind of kicked in. Tonight we are talking video games. We've got 2 more weeks left of video games. What's up, Mecha Otaku? How you doing, buddy? We've got 2 more weeks of that, and we are going to do gaming memories next week. Andy is going to be here in a very quick second, but while we wait for him, let's get our guests out here. We have a really good night, and I think honestly, I know we do. Tonight we're talking about top 4 comfort games of all time. Let's get it. You got a Wii yesterday for free. That's cool. I actually won a Wii Mecha Otaku from Pick and Preacher, who is, now Keith Courage. But yeah, I won one from him like 2 years ago, so that was kind of cool. But hey, let's get our guest out here. Really cool group of folks. Reached out to this power couple, I guess, now in the video game world. But we reached out to them. We met them at a couple conventions and just kind of found out some of the things that they, a time that they might be able to do it. And they decided to pick this amazing topic with the comfort games. And we ended up going to Rocket City Retro Fest, rocking the shirt. And after that, kind of talked to them a little more, talked to them a little bit at Siege. But we're going to have tonight Adam, the Retro Beard, and his wife, Heather, from Pixel Parts. Welcome to the show, guys. And we appreciate you guys. And let's get our other guest out here. While we were booking, just kind of little snafu on the timing. We were supposed to have this guy right before Siege, and just the timing wouldn't work out. So we asked if we can move him back. And yep, RNG gamer Jamie decided to come on in and hang out. There it is, full house tonight. Everybody say hello. Hey, if you're in the chat, say hello. Welcome, guys. We'll start. We actually didn't get to who was going to go first. So RNG, I think you're going to go first. Sure. And then Adam or Heather, who's going to go next?
Oh, Heather for sure.
Heather's going, ladies first.
Ladies first, always.
That's perfect. So Heather will go second. So since it's that way, we usually, oh, look, coming in hot. There he is. Hey, so since it's that way, Adam, you're going to go first on the kind of announcing your little corner of the internet, your part of this crazy video game community. Tell us all about, your signs and all the stuff that you're doing and the conventions. You're up, and let everybody know what you got going on.
Yeah, so most people know me for my signs. I started 5-ish years ago making light-up signs. Now I make everything from reproductions of like cabinet marquees to World of Nintendo displays, and it's just kind of grown into a whole bunch of different other things. And then, 3 years ago or so, added Heather, and she'll talk about her stuff, obviously. And then last year we took over what used to be Game Jam South, and now we own Rocket City Retro Fest with Travis Wood and Austin from Southeast Game Exchange. So super awesome.
Man, that's pretty amazing. And yeah, I love your signs. Every time we come there, actually the first time I went to Siege, I came around the corner and I was like, man, I've seen this guy on Instagram, Andy, and Andy hadn't got a chance to make it there, so we were live, and I was like, look at his signs. I know you want one of these Nintendo 64 signs or whatever, and that's kind of how we first made our way into your booth. And then I've been following you ever since. You know, I love the fundraising you do around Christmas time and all the awesome stuff.
Absolutely.
It's just really cool stuff. But Heather, he said he just added you like 3 years ago. What's that all about? Tell us all about your part of the woods. My son absolutely loves these pixel part frames. Every time we go, it's like, Dad, I want that one, and I want that one. One of these days, he'll actually use his money to get that. But tell us all about pixel parts, and what is this edition thing we're talking about?
So I think what he's referring to when he says add me in is because I moved to Tennessee to live with Adam and my bonus daughter, and I got really bored very quickly watching the entire household be creative, especially Adam, and I have a creative hand as well. So I wanted to make something for my own game room, and I came across this idea online for this deconstructed broken controllers, and I was going to buy it and support a different artist, but the prices were astronomical. And I thought, well, why don't I just make one for myself for my game room? So I did. And Adam said, listen, you need to start selling these alongside of me at the conventions. You're coming along with me anyway. So why don't you make a few and see how it goes? And the rest is history. That's what I've been doing now the last couple of years.
That is awesome. Again, you got cool stuff over there too.
Hey, there's Cannon.
There he is. Yeah, we had football practice today, so he had to go and run and get him a shower first. They got in trouble today, so they had to run extra.
Everybody was jogging but me.
Everybody was jogging but him.
I got like first.
Really cool stuff, man. Listen, if you guys haven't seen the creativity from these two, it's second to none. It's really cool stuff, and I love just kind of perusing in that space. And me and Cannon were talking. I think I'm going to try and get you guys to make his logo for him. He really wants that, so probably get Adam to do something for him. But let's get our other guest out here, RNG. You've been on the show once before. The last time we were in commute back home, and we were talking the hardest games ever, and I believe Screech was on Retro Kart Collector.
Right.
Yeah, man. And so tell us all about RNG Gamer, Watch RNG, and all the stuff you've got going on.
Yeah, I have a couple of YouTube channels. I have RNG Gamer, and I cover video games. I do video game essays, talk about hardest games, and then I have a wristwatch channel called Watch RNG, and then I have a third channel called RNG Plays, where you actually get to see me play the games. So I got my hands full, but I love it. I enjoy it. I even have a Retrobeard sign right back here, one that says subscribe. He made that for me.
Yeah, I see it. There it is. Hey, I do want to shout out real quick into the community, and then RNG, you'll get us started. There's a lot of folks. Lopez Drummer, welcome back. It's been a minute, but it's good to see you. Patrick is here. Patrick, love to see you there. Christina, our favorite mod, she just starts sharing everybody's stuff, so look out. Here it comes. Mecha Otaku, obviously, it's great always seeing you. Bud Files, your channel's amazing. Oh, the Retro Beard. We need to send him a wrench. I don't know who that guy is. And then Penguin's here. That's awesome. And who else? Crank to 11. That's awesome. See you guys here. And thanks for being here. We call it the Summit Squad. This is for you guys real quick, and I'll tell you about the show. RNG, get ready. Here we go. So if you haven't been around, we call our community the Summit Squad. We climb up a mountain every Thursday night. Usually it's video games, movies, or TV, or music. We'll start music in 2 weeks. We have one more in the video game world. But tonight we're climbing the mountain, and we're talking about comfort games. So our top 4 favorite comfort games of all time. That is a very subjective topic, so we like to call it the criteria, you guys. Really, it depends on what type of games, what console you're talking about, whether it's your phone or some handheld or whatever you're doing these comfort games on. It really matters what you play the most, how old you are, what era you were born in, why you would think these are comfort games. So your criteria kind of matters, because what we talk about on our show is that the Rushmore of is personal, at least on our show side. And because if we were going to talk about the GOATs, there's about 4 or 5 that I think almost everybody would have. Just you're like, okay, what are the best, sold the most people play, blah, blah, blah. But for us, it might not be exactly the same. So climb the mountain with us. You can put your top 4 in the chat. And we'll go to RNG first. He's going to start tonight. Jamie, what is your criteria tonight? What were you thinking when you built the list? And then we call our first level Rosie for Roosevelt. And then we'll get started. So tell us what you're doing, why you're picking, and then just jump into your first pick.
Sure thing. To me, having a busy life with 3 YouTube channels and a couple of jobs and kids and a house, to me, comfort is getting away from that, isolating yourself and being whisked away into like another headspace or something that reminds you of another, a stressful time. And so
I love
that's
that.
what it is for me. It's an oasis. So my
All right.
first comfort game, I'm going back to something from my childhood that takes me back to that happy place. I'm picking an NES game.
Mm-hmm.
And the game is Super Dodgeball.
That's a great one.
I
Tell
love
us about Super Dodgeball real quick.
Yeah, Super Dodgeball is it's a competitive dodgeball game where you pick a team and you go through a tournament fighting all the other countries in the world in a dodgeball type environment. And you can catch balls and dodge balls, and you have super powers. You can charge up your attacks, and you try to eliminate the other team to move on to the next round of the tournament. And it's really simple. It's a 2-button game. It's almost mindless, but it just has something about it that, I don't know. It takes me back to that sort of time where simplicity and pure fun was more important than, game mechanics and a deep story. And it uses the characters from River City Ransom, the Kunio-kun characters.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some familiarity there, but it's probably the easiest of all those games. And I don't know, it just hits me a certain way. And if you ask me to pick any NES game to sit down and play right now, just to relax and feel comforted, I would pick Super Dodgeball.
So I looked online a lot, and most of everybody else, instead of saying comfort games, they said cozy games. Every time I try to type something in, I'm like, what everybody else says? I love this game. I'm a huge River City Ransom fan on that whole aesthetic. When they get smacked in the face, it's a fun game. I love this game. It's real cool. Played it a lot as a kid. Haven't played it in a while though, but I definitely would. You guys, y'all like dodgeball? Anybody?
So just a funny, doesn't have anything to do with this game other than dodgeball. My undergrad was in PE, and I remember my one of our advisors in the PE department said, if I ever catch you teaching dodgeball to students, I will fail you from my program. She hated dodgeball with her, which I think she's just horrible at dodgeball as a kid, and it was like a traumatic thing. But no, this game is fun. I think I put it in the comments here. I think it was Fat Boys Gaming and Nonsense not that long ago was playing this game like a live stream.
And I just saw an update that he's playing right now. That would be cool.
Maybe it's Super Dodgeball, but no, this is it's an interesting game for sure. So
Cranked It says Yoshi's Island, OG Stronghold, Resident Evil 1, and Vampire Survivors. Those are
there's
great
nothing
hits.
comfortable about Resident Evil. Yeah, I don't. Maybe for some people.
I almost picked Resident Evil 1 as like it was almost number 4.
Really?
It would have been my 5th game. Yep.
Well, now that I've played it before, but we talked about it a couple of weeks ago, games that you want to play again for the very first time.
Yeah.
That would be one I want to do for the first time, just to see the zombie for the first time and it busting out. But now that I know all that stuff's coming, it's not as kind of crazy. All right, well, Heather, you're up. Comfort games. What's your criteria? What were you thinking? You guys kind of picked this. And so I know you're going to have some really good ones. What were you thinking when you were building your list? And then what's your Rosie?
So I don't play today's typical comfy cozy games that are out there, honestly.
Right. I know you play some really fun games because I see what you post all the time.
Yes. So like the Animal Crossings of the cozy games, I don't really play those. So am I starting with my number 4 or my number 1?
So you go 4. We'll go 4, then 3, and then a little bit, and then 2 and 1. So 1 will be at the
Gotcha.
end.
Okay, so I purposefully started playing a comfy cozy game on my Switch recently. My daughter actually gave it to me to borrow because that is her realm. She loves those types of games, and it's called Gift. Has anyone? I don't know if anyone's ever heard of it, but I'm not even halfway done with it. But I wanted to try that type of game specifically for the show, and also because it's a genre that I've never actually played before. So I am enjoying it so far. It's not action-packed or anything like that, but it is definitely just a slow-going comfort game, just as it's described. So I am enjoying it.
I missed it. What was the game?
Gift. Gift. Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've played Gift. Actually, I know I've not played Gift. I bet.
Yeah, so there's no dialogue.
How is it?
So there's no dialogue, and the main character, these games tend to be kind of like really sad. A lot of them, they end up being like really emotional and sad. The ones that our daughter plays anyway. So like they kind of get in a shipwreck, and this main character helps other people get off the ship safely. And you're the person trying to save them and guide them throughout the obstacles on the ship. That's really all I know so far because that's about all I've gotten. But it's really low key, and you can take it at your own pace, and it's not very difficult, and it is literally comforting.
I'm looking at it right now, and just the art. These are the type of games. When I hear comfort game, this was the immediate thing I wanted to go to, was this type of art. This kind of just like, it's kind of this new like pop culture of video games that's out there. But I ended up not picking any of them because I haven't played most of them. A Wazram in the house, my best friend from back in the day, Kevin. That I joke about this, guys. You know, I see that big video game set you got back there behind you, Jamie. Kevin is probably got the biggest collection of video games that doesn't have a YouTube channel. Like I'm like, bro, when you ever gonna do that? Wazram, thanks for being here. Penguin, so glad. Yeah, this is a good pick. Andy, I know you've never played this. Jamie,
I've not, but like, to be honest, these are the games that I'm like upset that I haven't played. Kind of like you said, like that style of game, it just looks so. It looks so awesome. It looks like one that I would absolutely play.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I'm adding them to my list right now. So
Quentin's giving us a good list here. Mine 4, Minecraft. Number 3, Stardew Valley. That was all over these lists.
Yeah.
Marvel Rivals and SmackDown.
Here comes the pain. How about that?
That's a good pick.
I love that pick.
Oh man. So yeah, I've never played the Gift. I'm gonna have to. I love making my list of what I want to play after going through this. Shining in the Darkness is a great comfort dungeon crawler. Dungeon crawling's all about it nowadays. Now, there, Owazram. All right, Adam, Retro Beard. What's your criteria tonight? And then you could jump in your first one.
I'm kind of the same way everybody else has been. I didn't go with the traditional cozy game kind of idea. Comfort games to me are just games that bring me comfort, right? Or to what Jamie said, it brings back a memory or a place in childhood or a place in time. And it just
I love how he said something to the effect that you don't have to think too much. You're just like, I don't need to invest a lot. This is just getting in. But so what's your number 4 tonight?
Number 4 is going to be Mario Kart on the Wii.
Wow.
And the only reason of that is she's in here, but the countless hours of my daughter's childhood we spent playing Mario Kart Wii.
Oh yeah.
So that is amazing. That is amazing. Mario Kart is a big deal on the show.
We say it every time. This is the personality test. I don't care about an INFJ.
It's one of the 6 or 7.
Who's your go-to? Who's your main in Mario Kart? Tells me a lot about you.
Oh, for years it was Baby Mario, right? I was
like
just
that.
trying to.
That's
I was
a good
trying to
pick.
go small. You know,
What-
I
what's-
tell the
what's-
story that I spent her entire childhood beating the snot out of her, and now I can't win at all. I can match her exact loadout, and there's just no shot. She just beats.
So
the
who's her
absolute
go-to?
crap. Her go-to is Baby Rosalina right now, at least in the new Switch 2 one.
Nice.
There you go.
So we don't have a Switch 2 yet. I want to play that one. But this is a good pick. I love this pick. I love any Mario Kart. They are definitely.
Oh, that's
comfort
right. She
games.
just corrected me. Swoop the bat. That's right. She moved to the bat.
Oh, so
Oh, is that her
Link.
right there? Okay.
Uh-huh. And
I'm a
then-
Link person. I am. That's me all day is Link.
And I'm
So-
rocking the dolphin in the newest Mario Kart.
Nice. RNG, are you a Mario Kart guy?
Of course I am. What do you think?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I never see you play those kinds of games. Those are those ones you don't put online.
I
You're
play.
always
You
playing
guys see
some
everything
weird
I play.
thing
I just
that-
haven't gotten to one yet. I reviewed Mario Kart World,
Okay.
but I'm a Baby Rosalina guy.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah.
So I'm Yoshi all day, every day. Don't ask questions. I don't care who else is. What else? I'm the guy who goes to an Italian restaurant and I get chicken parm every time. Give me Yoshi every time. You don't really need anything else from me, but that's just me.
Well, I love this pick. If my kids were to pick their comfort games, Mario Kart would definitely be on their list. And I actually thought about it for my list as well. I'll jump in. So comfort games. Comfort games are real easy. These are the ones I kind of typed it right here. I just need my recliner. What am I just going to crawl up in the recliner, really just kind of check out from reality for a little bit, spend a few hours, not really worry about accomplishing something. If I died in that particular game or messed up, it's not a big deal. I'm just gonna kind of wander around a little bit or kind of just play a game. What I've learned is, and I kind of mentioned this earlier, like with Resident Evil, some of these comfort games, when I first played them, or maybe early on when you're trying to really do something, they're not comfort games. But now, my age, the amount of time that I get, I strategically pick the type of games I really want to play, and really, it's ones that I don't have like I need to hurry up and get through these 10 levels. So my first one, this one was really hard to pick between one of the two. But I'm gonna go with an easy one for me. I'm going with Breath of the Wild. And here's the thing: the first time I played this, it was not a comfort game. Now I just like wandering around. I love an open world game that I don't have handcuffs on me. I can go do this, I can go do that. I could spend an hour in just one space trying to accomplish something that I haven't done before, find another thing. I can play this game for hours and hours and hours and hours on end and really not care if I got anything done. However many Korok seeds or this. Could have picked Tears of the Kingdom. That's kind of a veteran move throwing that out there. But I'm going to go, Breath of the Wild. Love just the new style 3D open world Zelda games and just...
I love
Wasted.
the pick. I hate the place, but I love the pick. It should have been your number 2.
It should have been my number 2, but you'll see why.
Yeah, I understand why. I have not played this one, and I'll talk about it in my criteria why. But anything Zelda for sure, I'm all about.
Yeah.
You love this.
Yeah. Penguin says Dying Light, The Beast, and number 1 is tied for me between Minecraft and first Dying Light game. Oh, she probably put her other one up here right before I missed. Oh, PaulPowers.com. PaulJPowers.com is lurking. Thanks for being here, man. He is a part. Speaking of that, so since he's here, that just reminds us we'll do Retro Rewind podcast in a few minutes for our member of the week. So, you guys, Breath of the Wild guys.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, everybody's a Breath of the Wild guy or gal.
Yeah.
Well, I did a video recently called Almost Perfect Games, and I
Yeah.
picked Breath of the Wild because I love everything about it
But
except for the weapon breaking mechanic. That stresses me out. I hate that so much. I can't
do
stand
you
it.
like the advancements they made in the Tears of the Kingdom, or did that make it worse?
I didn't play it yet. I still have to
Okay.
wait on it to get randomly picked.
Same.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Well, I mean, I
got
enjoy
lost in
both
Breath
of
the
them.
Wild.
I prefer I don't know. I prefer the Tears of the Kingdom portion because you just have so much other fun stuff to do and build them together, even though they break. But yeah, the breaking thing kind of sucks. But they have a lot of weapons out there, so there's a lot of things you can use. Whereas in like Zelda 1, 2, whatever, you only got a couple different swords or whatever. So it's kind of fun to kind of figure out where everything's at.
Well, for
But-
the purpose of this, I will say having something reliable is more comforting than having to experiment.
Yeah, I agree. So, Andy, what you got on your first pick?
Yeah. So criteria wise for me, you know me, Kirk. The people in here may know me, and if you don't, then you're going to know everything you need to know about me right now. The way that I watch TV, the way that I eat at restaurants, it is I find what I like and I stick with it.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking, like, is there going to be anything that's like,
So to
all your
me-
games are comfort games?
to me, comfort is what I'm just going back to. It's just
Yeah.
when I'm like, I'm going to play video games now. I don't have a lot of time in my schedule to play video games at all in the slightest. But when I do, these are the games that I'm going to. That's what I think of comfort games. So A, it's going to be a nostalgic thing for me. That's going to bring the comfort. B, it's not even necessarily that the game itself is like doesn't have some kind of level of stress to it, but it's just I can kind of unwind, kind of like you said, Kirk. Like I'm just going to sit down on the couch and I'm going to play this game and I'm going to have fun. Doesn't matter if I only have 30 minutes or whatever that I'm going to throw this game on and play this for a little bit. This is what I'm going to. So my comfort is there. Just like I said with TV, like it would be fun to watch all these great shows that everyone talks about, but there's something that I just want to keep watching Parks and Recreation again. Like I don't care about anything else. I want to watch The Office again because it's just my comfort show. So I live in this comfort mentality. So this was kind of easy in one sense for me because it was just like, what are the games that I'm going to? And for my number 4 pick, hold on, my list just went away. I want to make sure I do them in my right order. For my number 4 pick for my Rosie, I'm actually going to go Mario Kart, but I'm going to go 64. Mario Kart 64 is my go-to. Again, it's just the nostalgia side of it to me. I love the fact, like, it's more comforting to me to have 8 choices for characters than to have 7,000 choices. I'm going to use the restaurant analogy again. I hate going to a restaurant and there's 18 pages of a menu that I have to sift through to figure out what is mediocre enough to order. I want to go to a place that has 3 things that I can order, and I love all 3. So that's to me kind of what Mario Kart 64 is. I know my go-to, my Yoshi. If Yoshi gets sniped from me, I'm gonna go with Toad. But that's pretty much where I'm at there. Yeah, and PNX says my criteria is to be very controversial. I don't think it's gonna be controversial tonight. But Mario Kart 64 is comforting in that sense. It's also nostalgic when I think back to like when I hear the sounds of a game, it's comforting to me. That is like even just from the get-go, the engines revving up at the front end of Mario Kart 64. Like the first song, Toad's Turnpike, like every song that is in it is so comforting to me. I absolutely love Mario Kart 64. In my opinion, and I've shared it before, maybe this is where I'm a little controversial. This is just the greatest Mario Kart rendition that's out there. That's my controversial take on it, but I just love it so much. So Mario Kart 64, there we go.
Lots of things in the comments. But yeah, PNX, thanks for being here. They're saying being controversial. Wazarum is talking about, he's talked about this on our channel, actually. Deep Space Nine and Babylon 5 are the shows that he always goes back to. And Adam says, I'm just glad you're here so that we can represent the spectrum. Toad is Heather's second choice. So I love
Heather's
this
going
game.
Yoshi and then Toad. That's my 1-2 right there.
I love
That's
this
just
pick.
the
I
best.
have a keen eye that I might be able to pick your 4 tonight if you're going.
I don't think you will. I don't think you will. I'm going to throw
You're throwing one that's on your phone or something. I get you.
Throw-
Yeah. So there you go. Anyways, this is a good game. This is a good game. Great pick. You guys already talked about Mario Kart. Is 64 a good one? Anybody else? A 64 hater other than Kevin?
I really primarily throw it in to get Kevin.
To comment on you.
Well, so I used to play the Nintendo 64. I have fond memories surrounding it. It was not a console I ever owned, so it's not huge for me. But
I never owned it.
my neighbor across the street, we would play Mario Kart on the 64. We would turn the TV down completely and just listen to our favorite albums while we beat the crap out of each other in the game.
64.
Yeah, so like music like Ace of Base, Maroon 5, Barbie Girl.
That is so funny that you say that. A lot of music of the late 80s and 90s, to me, I immediately associate it with a game. There it is. Cue the comment.
There he is.
I said cue the comment. 64 is not a good system, and I will not accept.
Kevin, just stick around tonight, man. Just stick around. It's a long ride.
Anyways, but he owns every one of them. That's the funny part. He owns every 64 game, probably. So RNG, you're up next. Do you like this 64, and then you can jump on the other one? Our next pick is
the 64.
Jazzy Jeff.
Yeah, we're on Thomas Jefferson now.
Yeah.
The 64 is fine. I ended up trading mine in for a PlayStation 1, and I regret nothing about that.
Nor would
Listen, I just got to be here to represent the love for the 64.
I like the 64. I like the 64. I'm not a big fan of like the 3D collectathon platformers.
He represented it with you.
Yeah,
and Pac-Man, he represented it with you.
Okay. All right. So it's number 3. It's Thomas Jefferson time.
Yeah. TJ Jazzy Jeff, our fun name for
Jazzy
him.
Jeff.
Number 3. What is your third favorite comfort game of all time?
I'm trying to think. So I wanted a game that took me back to a specific place. And that specific place was just a few years ago. We had just moved into this house. It was a huge upgrade. We had space. It was nice and open. My youngest daughter, had just been born. It was autumn. It was Thanksgiving. Fires burning, feet up by the fire. And I was addicted to this game. And it's Loop Hero.
Yes. Tell us
Loop
about
Hero is a roguelite where you pick a character and then you have a randomly generated 2D map. And it's just like a trail. And your character just progresses around this trail. And as you do that, you place little tiles around the trail to harvest resources. And you use that to build up more things, and you gain new weapons and abilities, and monsters start attacking. But all you really do is place things and watch. And there's some strategy to it, but once you really get the ball rolling on your run, it kind of like almost auto plays. But I remember sitting there holding my daughter in my arms and the Switch. My arms were so tired. They were like shaking. But it was just a magical time. And, it was the autumn, and this game's very autumnal looking in its presentation and its aesthetic. And I just think it's a fantastic comfort game. Whenever I look at it or think about it, I just get like a warm feeling inside.
I have not played this. I've seen people play it. It was on one of my lists. We always go to these conventions and we have a list of games that we want to purchase. This is always one that I've thought about picking up because it's definitely a type of game I would love. I love a good strategy game, especially when it brings a new thing that you haven't really seen. And I kind of like that a lot. A strategy game to me is probably the best comfort game that I can find on the go. Like if I'm sitting around at the doctor's office, I want to play a game like that. I don't know why. It's just one of those things. Penguin's talking a lot about Dying Light, and she says that her parents know that she won't shut up about it. Thanks for being here. And then Quentin says something about playing. I used to have a lot of fun playing Arkham or Gotham Knights, try to beat up things and thugs. There were a lot of beat 'em ups that were in these lists for comfort games, which was really funny. I thought I was like, beat 'em ups. I didn't think about that, but yeah, like it's kind of the just random things just keep coming. You don't ever have to think, but the idea that you're playing a beat 'em up for a comfort game is, I don't know, maybe you need other kind of therapy, but but anyways, good pick. I love this pick. Have you guys ever played Loop Hero? Any of y'all? I want. It's definitely on my backlog. Like this is one of the high ones up.
No, I've never played it, but I was definitely huge into Guitar Hero when that came out. I used to play that every weekend. I actually used to enter competitions, local competitions back home in Pennsylvania. So I was pretty into it.
Hey, don't tempt him there, PNX, because it may be coming.
It was. It's not. It was in my top 10 though. It was in my top 10.
Just missed it.
Just missed it.
Bro, Heather loves that game.
Yeah, man. That's like one of those time wasters, right?
Yes.
I make it about 20 minutes and then I'm annoyed and I'm like, this is
It's not it's an uncomfort game for you.
Yeah, when you're at 99% and you can't find the one thing and it's like hidden under the backside of like a handrail and it'll get you.
Yeah, we'll get you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Heather, you're up. So what's your number 3? We call him TJ Jazzy Jeff.
I had a tough time picking my number 3. I kind of went back and forth between 3 and 2, but I think I'm going to go with Tetris on the original Game Boy.
Nice.
Of course, that's a key, man. That's one of my first Benjamin off the board. What's up, Bryce? By the way, yeah, tell us about
Bryce.
Tetris. Why is it such a big deal?
So when I was a kid, again, nostalgia, I was a kid and one of my friends gave me their Game Boy. It was the first console that I actually owned and it was gifted to me. And I still have the original console handheld and the original box with the original Tetris in box to this very day. And it still functions. It just has one little line down the screen. But I played that game repetitively over and over again because it's the only game I had. So I got pretty good at it at a young age and I just fell in love with it. And now it's just one of my go-to games when I have 20 minutes to sit down and play something. And it's available on on the Switch too. So, I just play it.
It's available on the Twitch too. The Twitch as well. I'm sure somebody's out there playing it.
Probably.
Yeah. Dude, this is a key game. I had this one on my list. It's probably sitting in it's definitely in the top 8, which would be an idea of making my honorable mention. And I would pick this version as well because it's so nostalgic. I always talk about the Game Boy version is the one game in the world, aside from those little like handheld poker games that my dad would play, right? And my dad's like, give me, he'd run the batteries down. I'm like, now you got to go get me new batteries, Dad, and it was the one game he would play. So I have fond memories of this. So when I play this, even it going fast as lightning and just kind of whatever, you're just kind of in this mode where it's like, it's just nostalgia, right? Hey, I do want to shout this out though, since Bryce is here. I know you guys all have this, but you guys are at a hotel, so you probably don't have yours. So Bryce, thanks for this, man. You always brighten our day, man, and the community. And so, Bryce, we're always praying for you. We love you, man. And congratulations on getting that job at Target. So let me know what your
Stay on target.
Target. Hey, this is a great game. Y'all like Tetris? Oh, wait, first off, you want to speak to Bryce on that, by the way? Because you can do that.
Thank you, Bryce, for that. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. But Tetris.
You guys like personality test. What piece of Tetris are you picking? What's your go-to?
So someone else just asked me this recently, and I was like, "Do we know the names of the pieces? Like, do they have names?"
We did this recently. We looked it up. They have names.
Well, you might have been on. You might have been hanging out in the chat that day.
Yeah,
we had a long chat about this.
It was the original manual.
We've talked about this a couple times, but we had a guy come on the channel, and he invited us back to his. They're not really video game guys, and for whatever reason, he was like, "You want to do a video game episode? We haven't done one of those." And they do like a ranking of their top 5, but it's like a draft. So once it's picked, it's gone. And he used his like second pick of the draft for the Z block
For video game characters.
for video game characters. And we looked at each other like puzzled as could be, like, what? And I guess that was one of his favorite games. So he went the Z block. But even with that, like, am I picking the Z block? This is my favorite one. No,
There's
like a
two
leaf
Z
block.
blocks, Cleveland and Rhode Island.
So that is so weird. I totally forgot that they do have names. My high school friends dressed up as all Tetris pieces, like our sophomore year of high school. I totally forgot about that. But
That is
mine is the T block, Tiwi. Its name is Tiwi. I had to Google
Tiwi.
this.
Yeah.
Totally
Okay.
forgot.
That's a good piece. I like the straight up eye piece. You know, like I feel like
That's-
it doesn't matter what situation I'm in. It's okay. I'm cool with it. You know,
That's Hero.
I like that piece too, and it's
it's called
oddly
Hero.
named
Hero.
Hero. Yep.
It's my hero. So
I'm an Orange Ricky guy.
Is that the square?
No, that's
L?
one of the L's. The
L.
square is Smash Boy.
Smash Boy. I love that. I love that.
Have y'all seen the movie about Tetris?
So I haven't. I don't have Apple, whatever it is. So I haven't seen it.
I'll let you borrow mine. Like, it's worth watching. It's really good.
I mean, I definitely. It's widely reviewed. I would love to see it. We don't have that. But man, cool pick. I love talking Tetris. Matter of fact, PNX was on the show when it happened because she's the one that brought up Tetris because of her Russian. So Heather, you definitely were on for that. Yes, that's
I
how
thought
when we talked about it. The
Okay.
movie is really, really, really good. Yeah, Pammy was shouting out her Russian heritage. All right, so Andy, no, Adam, you're up. Yeah, Adam, you're up.
So
Tetris is goated.
if you think that having beat 'em ups is unhinged, then my third pick is going to be uncomfortable.
I was just being silly, but yeah, what is it?
It is Silent Hill 2.
Ooh, okay, that's fun. So explain why. People might
There
be
is
calling a doctor for you.
now, yeah, probably I should be in therapy. No, there's some extreme nostalgia around that game from PS1, but when they did the remaster, that was one of those games like I could have stayed exploring, and I did. I went back multiple times to that game. I don't know. There's something. I like horror movies. We're both big horror fans, so getting to kind of play through what I think is a very, at the end of the day, is a beautifully written story.
So not long ago, there's this, I guess, local cosplayer. You know, we do conventions kind of a lot in Louisiana, mainly. It's where we started, and then we kind of branched out to a couple. And there is a guy that comes to the local ones over there, dressed up as the pyramid guy, the pyramid head, or whatever he is. And I've played the games years ago, didn't really get into it, and I went on a deep dive on YouTube for some of my favorite YouTube videos is when somebody is telling me the lore of some story. And I went on a Silent Hill one, and you're right, man. It is a crazy cool story. And there were some Silent Hill guests at one of the episodes. I mean, that's one of the reasons I was like, man, I know there's so many things now in movies. I wonder, and so I went on this dive, and it really is cool. I'm not big into horror anymore. I don't hate it. I'll still watch it every once in a while or play it every once in a while. But to each their own. You know, I got some friends that's all they do. Like, it's just some of these guys that come to our conventions, Andy, like Mark. Man, I mean, he's horror. Like, his whole house looks like a haunted house. So
That's
cool
awesome.
stuff, man. You guys,
I've been chicken my whole life. I can't get into horror movies. It's just, I fully admit it. And then a video game where it's like I'm in it. Yeah, you can count me out. I am not comfortable at all. So
So you're never going to play a VR horror game?
And then you're like controller shaking, and then
I would literally die. I mean, I don't even understand like a VR. I played Area 51 and got scared as a kid. Like I don't like like the alien shooter. I don't know what else to say.
dude, speaking of scary games, I remember being a young kid getting Fatal Frame and feeling that thing shake with those coming. Oh my goodness, death. That was just a scary game to me. I'm desensitized to horror movies, and I find most of them boring. No offense. Sorry. Well, it's okay, Mecha Otaku. It is what it is. Being in a constant survival mode, that's my happy place, says PNX. Which one? I'm assuming that's Pammy. That's got to be Pammy. Yeah, maybe. Avi, is that you? I don't know. All right. Well, I guess I'll jump in. Listen, while I was thinking about this, Andy, you know, you are a sports guy as well. I literally could have picked all sports games. I just literally could have went out because most of them you don't have to really think too much. But if I had the guys over, like friends, and I'm playing against them, then it gets a little intense. It's not necessarily comfort. But if I'm just playing one-on-one, me against the computer, it is definitely a game that I want to participate in. I think it was Jamie. You said you went all the way back to the NES. Well, I'm going back all the way to the NES too. My favorite football game of all time. I'm going with Tecmo Super Bowl.
Yeah, come on.
There it is right there. There's the old name from when I was like 8 or whenever this came out. But Tecmo Super Bowl, I literally could just play this game for a week straight and not even care about nothing. Like, like this is the Mountain Dew days. It's like 3 a.m. I've gone through 3 Super Bowls. All right, I'll go to bed. I mean, it's just a comfort game for me. And now, side note, and there's a version of this on the phone that I've played plenty, and just sitting on the recliner playing it is just a blast. I really wish they would redo it licensed like this one was, officially licensed for like the Switch and have all the new characters and new people, not some like, somebody programmed it or whatever. Just like really go and like make it again. Like it being a big part of like every year, like Madden, I would purchase this every year compared to any of those other football games. So, yeah, I'm going to Tecmo Super Bowl. Just literally no agenda whatsoever. I'm running with it.
And who's your go-to team?
So you brought it up, Andy. The reason I am a Chiefs fan is
I'm proud of you for not bringing it up, by the way.
Yeah, I was trying to save you from it. The comeback is happening this year, Andy.
I mean, they're bottom.
I am literally a Chiefs fan because of this game. So most people are like, "Oh, you're a bandwagon fan. They're really good now." No, Derek Thomas, Dan Saliamua, Neil Smith, Stephon Page. This is where I bought the starter jacket. Yeah, man. So 1992, I had that starter jacket. So yeah, Chiefs fan. Fun. Yeah, Chiefs would be my go-to. But that was because Bo Jackson was on the Raiders and everybody was playing with that, and I wanted to beat him twice a year, so I picked one of the division.
Could have just as easily been a Broncos guy. How about that?
It could have been. It could have been. I'm glad I'm not, though. Yeah. So, Tecmo Super Bowl.
I love this pick. I'm of the thought that I love retro sports video games more than I like new sports video games.
Me too.
I don't like the new football games specifically where I legitimately have to know how to read a defense and like do all of my linebacker. Like, I just want to sit down and play a game. Like if I was going to play football, I would have been better at football. The reason I'm playing a football video game is because I sucked at football. Like now I have to be good at it. But back in the day, it was so simple. I love it.
All right. Well, Andy, finish off the first half of the mountain.
Yeah. All right. So sticking with comfort games. Yeah, this game is one that I'm going to throw on there. I talk about it quite a bit. I don't talk about it as much as some of the other games that I talk about, but when we talk about an animation style, when we talk about a soundtrack, when we talk about just the gameplay in and of itself, and I've already mentioned this character, but I'm gonna stick on the N64, but I'm going Yoshi's Island for the 64. I absolutely love this game. All the different color Yoshis. Like I said, the animation kind of looking like a child's drawing, like with crayons and different things. It's such a great game. It's such a replayable game. It's relaxing enough that it's just a beautiful game. I absolutely love this game. And with the fruits and just the level design, it's stressful enough, but it's not stressful. I'm going Yoshi's Island. Bonus points because it's one of my favorite characters that's out there. So Yoshi's Island is
That's a good pick. I'm sitting here just scrolling through. Heather, Adam, and their daughter is having a good conversation online. But NBA Jam, they talking about NBA Jam. Such a great pick. Isaac, thanks for being here.
Yoshi's Story. My bad. I did say the wrong one. I had it right here. Somebody said Yoshi's Island in the chat earlier, and it got stuck in my head.
Yeah. Good evening, says excellent couple of Mr. Retrobeard and Miss Pixel Part and Mr. Over 1,000 Games who plays at random. Thanks for being here,
over 4,000 games.
4,000.
Yeah.
Get it right. Menarum's here. I'm trying to catch up with the chat. A lot of people. Oh, Ashton's here. He's actually on in 2 weeks. He's opening our music. So Ashton, thanks for being here. What did you miss? So you missed. We're like 2 rounds in. Quick recap. We got Tetris. We got Gift. We've got Mario Kart. We've got Super Tecmo Bowl. A couple other games. So yeah, you can go back and check it out. But you guys like? So Andy, what'd you pick?
Yoshi's Story is what I meant.
Y'all like Yoshi's Story?
So I've played Yoshi's Story. That's a good one for me. And I actually recently finished Yoshi's Crafted World, which is also super relaxing and easy. It's just such an easy game and super cute, like you said. Have you played that yet, Andy?
I've not played it, but if it's kind of along the lines of Yoshi's Story vibes, I'm all for it.
Yep, and you get the little eggs and all the baby Yoshis. They follow you around. They're part of the game. So it's very similar in nature.
I love Yoshi's Story. This is why I can't play Silent Hill. Like this is my style of game. I don't want to get scared. And nothing about Yoshi.
Which is so crazy because guys, Andy used to be, and you're actually having a reunion. Metal thrash drummer. Like he's the guy you think.
But I was the least metal person in my band. Like, you know what I mean? I liked playing in it.
Yoshi Crafted World, like Yoshi's Story. He loved, and I never made it to the first boss in any Yoshi game. Well,
what?
It says Mecha Otaku. Man. All right. Well, this is a great list so far. I have a lot of comfort games that I want to jump into, but before we do, let's it's halftime, Andy. Let's talk about our friends.
Let's do that.
Why don't you get so Bryce is here? Play Bryce, of course. Bryce is here. He's hanging out. And play Retro Rewind. But before we do that, I'll talk about this. Hey, guys, so we have a really cool opportunity. I think we're in like 8 conventions now, Andy. But you have one, what, in 2 weeks, Andy? 2 weeks?
The end of September, so about a month.
About a month. So you'll be in Pelican. We just did Louisiana RetroCon. We got St. Tammany Collectors Con. We were at Siege over the summer. 2 or 3 of those do it 2 times a year. But one of the cool things is we go to these conventions and most people know us as kind of not just the guys that have a YouTube channel, more like the MCs or the chaplains of the convention. And we get to preach at the conventions. And one of the things that they ask is like, how can you love all these things like Silent Hill and still be a Christian? And well, we made this book. If you ever find us at the convention, you can get one of these. But there's like over 140 creators in this book that are Christian, that love all the same things we love. But they just shout out Jesus quite a bit on their channel. If you want that, you can get this free on our webpage, which is rushmorereboot.weebly.com. Andy, I don't know what's Pelican's theme this year.
It's Captain America, America's 250th.
So you're gonna preach on like Marvel. So the last one I preached on was Louisiana RetroCon, and it was Pokemon. And then the one before that was Siege. I preached on Red Dead Redemption, which Siege was amazing. I think we had over almost 70 people in it. That was really awesome. And then we had like 25 or 30 at Louisiana RetroCon. So I'm excited for you at Peloton, Andy. Our next one is it's only going to be you. So, but we'll be back together at St. Tammany CollectionCon, which is a Ninja Turtle one, and we'll probably be preaching on Ninja Turtles or maybe even Halloween Town, which would be even funnier. So, I mean, I did Five Nights at Freddy's once, so why not? Andy, why don't you play our member of the week in our what we call Culture Box, which are our friends that kind of are in the same group of us of Christian creators. So why don't you play those two, and then we'll get back into it. And our coffee of the week.
What?
And coffee of the week.
Absolutely. Well, right now, as we like to say, it's time to pay the bills.
Bryce JW is a full-time content creator, collector, and streamer, spreading kindness one video at a time. From epic Geometry Dash runs and Nintendo streams to game hunting vlogs and podcasts, Bryce leads the Anime Armada, a welcoming, positive community for gamers and geeks of all kinds. No hate, just heart. Join the crew at youtube.com/@BryceJW. Every other week, join the Retro Rewind Pod as they travel back 15 or more years along the entertainment space-time continuum in their mission to review movies and games, establishing what is still worth your time today. Expect fun banter and trivial insights from Francisco, Paul, and rotating guest hosts who are all out of time.
Let's face it, at-home coffee can be pretty stale. Coffee at home doesn't have to be boring. The Village Coffee is here to deliver the flavor. The Village Coffee roasts coffee every week and sells online. Go to villagebeans.com to order your coffee today and use discount code Rushmore for free shipping.
Yeah, I see all the chat and Retrofest and Gaming Geek. I want to go to Gaming Geek. PNX and I, we were talking about it, but my daughter's in her senior year and she's playing softball, and they have a big weekend that weekend, so I'm not going to be able to make it. But if something happens, then I definitely am going to try and make my way up to Carolina to get that in. All right, so second half of the mountain. Last thing. I am probably tomorrow morning or this Saturday, I will post 2.5 weeks worth of the devotion. I'm writing a Christian video game devotion. It's free on my webpage, and I'm a couple days behind. Usually on every Thursday morning, I put another week out. But I need to catch up for last week and this week, and so that'll be out soon. I have it. I just haven't been able to with what school's going on. Hopefully that'll be out this weekend. So if y'all want to see that, look on my page in the next couple days, and you'll be able to jump back in. Sorry. Let's get back into it, though. RNG. We call him Link. This is a softball pitch if you have a Zelda game. We always say that. That's why Andy was mad at me earlier for picking Breath of the Wild. But you're up.
We're doing Abraham Lincoln now, huh?
Abraham Lincoln.
All right, number 3. Well, some games, like I said, the previous two I've mentioned, kind of take me back to a place that is nostalgic to me, a comfort zone. But sometimes you think back on a game so fondly, like, Adam did with Silent Hill. Yeah. You want to go back and visit it. So I was trying to think of the game where I want to go back and visit, and it gives me just, like I said, those warm fuzzies inside. And the game I picked is Persona 4 Golden.
Nice.
Persona 4 Golden, fantastic JRPG where you play a student that has to go to some small rural town in Japan, and terrible things happen at nighttime. But during the day, you get to go to class and hang out with your friends, and you go down to the local mall and study for your tests and all this. And that sort of outside the JRPG dungeon crawling sort of metagame is what I'm so nostalgic for. And when I finished Persona 4, I loved the characters and the location so much in that game that I was like homesick for it. Like it aches not playing it. And for that reason, I have to pick Persona 4 Golden.
We talked about this, I think, with Pammy and them. I haven't played many of the Personas. I have no, maybe it wasn't them. But I have a Persona 5 game, and I played a little bit of it. I picked it up for super cheap at one of these like thrift store type things, and it was fun. I had a blast on playing one of the Persona 5 games. Oh
Persona
yeah,
5's
Adam
fantastic.
shouting out in the chat, Rocket City Retro Fest. Definitely, guys, go be a part of that. We went down went up because it's like 2.5 hours up from us, I guess, maybe 3. And we had a blast there. Such a great time. And oh, by the way, Andy, we were talking about Adam and Heather. We were talking last week about top 4 collectibles of all time, and Andy put the Banjo and Kazooie bird that you guys had that from Travis. So that was a pretty cool thing. We got to talk about Rocket City
I
last
just think
week.
that would be a great corner right there, is all I'm saying.
Except it's way too big for that, I keep telling you.
Also, I'm terrified of things, so I can imagine opening this room in the middle of the night and only seeing that and burning my whole house down. So
I was going to say you would be able to deal with that, actually.
yeah, I know, right?
So you guys like this game, Persona 4? Y'all are Persona folks?
Yes. So if you've ever seen my collection, Retro Wolf has done a YouTube episode of my game room. So it's mostly, I'd say like 95% Final Fantasy. That is what I collect. But the other part of it is Persona. That is my other go-to for sure. So that has been a game series that I've been playing for a very long time, and I adore it, all of them.
Unfortunately, Heather, I think our similarities end at Yoshi. So I think that's what happens.
Andy is not an RPG guy. I
don't like taking my turn. I don't like taking turns to play. I just don't. It's not my favorite, but that's just always been my thing.
Rude.
Also, Heather likes collecting 2 of the most expensive franchises you can go with.
Guilty.
Well,
yeah,
one
and
of
I
the
mean,
things I was going to say earlier, you talked about, I talked about I could have had all sports, but I could have also had all RPGs. So JRPGs, because maybe not on that first go, like I said, but going back and revisiting these games and just going to find all the new, places that you haven't been, or trying to 100% it, which is a nightmare for Andy. Doing things like that, I think it's great comfort. So, I mean, I enjoy this. It's just not a franchise I jumped into for whatever reason. Andy does love Pokemon Yellow. That's it, though.
I've shared it plenty of times. My 4 favorite RPGs are all Pokemon games. So
yeah, unfortunately, missing out, Andy. Missing out. Adam, what's yours? Number 2 on your mountain link. Oh wait, is it Heather? It's Heather now. It's Heather.
It's Heather, right?
It's Heather.
I was thinking Heather just did her pick, but she was talking on Jamie's pick.
Yes, I was.
So
just
Heather, you're
up. So my number 2, I'm switching over to PC. I have this state-of-the-art, expensive gaming PC that I built, and I won't tell you what game I play on it the most because Adam might ruin it. But that's an honorable mention. But the game that I love playing on my PC is Portal 1 and 2.
Fun game. We've talked about Portal quite a bit. Another really, really cool game. A little cool mechanic. Portal is just really a it's one of those staples in the video game world that rank up there in greatest games of all time. I tend to like puzzle games, and that's definitely a puzzle game. That's what I love the most about Portal is the puzzle aspect to it. Like puzzle games are just so good. I was talking about I'm a teacher and one of my co-teachers, we were sitting there talking, and I was like, "Hey, what are your comfort games?" And he was just listing off like puzzle or strategy type games. I'm like, dude, I just love playing those, especially on my phone. If I download a phone game, it's one of those. I'm not, going on like a crazy journey usually. I'm usually downloading something that makes me think a little bit. So I do love Portal. Great picks.
So aside from the puzzle aspect of it, the thing that got me into actually play Portal was the soundtrack. That is the only reason why I decided to actually play that game, because I knew the soundtrack
alive.
like the back of my hand before I even knew how to play the game.
Isaac
So I
says, shout out to Valve. Banger picks, Heather. Pokemon Puzzle League is a great one as well. Yeah, good pick. We actually, one of the very first music / video game episodes we ever did was video game soundtracks or video game music. And that was a fun one. Yeah, I don't know. Somebody might have mentioned Portal. I'm not sure. I can't remember. It was a long time ago. This is episode 232 now, so I don't know. Adam, what's your second favorite pick of all time? Your Link.
Well,
Link.
I will also say this, and Heather probably didn't even think about this, but if you're a Portal fan, you really should show up to Rocket City Retro Fest because of one of the guests that we're yet to announce.
Nice. A little sneak peek right
little sneaky preview right here.
Show. Yeah.
Come on.
Yep. Just look. No joking around. It was a blast coming down. We never made it to game one. My son and I, we moved to Atlanta area 8 years ago, and we really didn't get into the convention scene until about 4 or 5 years ago. And most of that stuff was in Louisiana, so I had been kind of trying to find some. And by the time I had seen game one or whatever, it was like they announced the last one. And when we saw you guys were doing it, I'm like, hey, we got to go to this. We have some friends in the Huntsville area. So I was like, hey, let's go. And man, it was a fun time. We had a blast. You guys make your way to Huntsville and hang out.
It's cheating because of Game Jam South that Heather and I even met. So I had to take over the convention.
Nice.
Yeah.
You had to make it a part of your, story.
Yeah.
Oh, I said game one. Yeah, Game Jam South. But anyways, what's your? Let's go with your second pick. Your Link.
Second pick. NES game. Probably another one that nobody in their right mind would pick, but it would be Kung Fu.
Nice. Actually, this plays in what I would think in my mind as a comfort game. Tell us why.
It was one of the few video games that I got to own. Growing up, like a lot of us in the 80s, and video games were expensive for our parents to buy, so we lived through rental stores. And Kung Fu was one of the only actual games that I physically got as a gift. And so
you played it a lot. So
I played it a lot, and I can still play it. I can still pick it up and beat the first 5 levels immediately, without hesitation. It's great.
This is a fun game. This is a lot of nostalgia for me. I never owned. Well, I own it later in life, but I never owned it as a kid. But my friend down the street that used to sleep over at his house had it. And so we would play quite a bit at his, that's one of the, 8 to 10 games he had on rotation when we went over there. So that was fun.
See, even telling a story, you say that. So the whole thing that got me back into collecting video games was I don't know, it was about 2017, and I watched that NES Quest documentary, where the dude was completing the set. And at that time, I was traveling a lot for work, and I was like, oh, that would be really fun. It'd just give me something to do, so I'm not sitting in hotel rooms all night, right? I can go find these shops and find stuff. And I got into collecting. So I pulled out all my stuff out of the attic, and I had 2 copies of Kung Fu, and one of them had one of my childhood best friend's name on it. And we reconnected because of that game. And talked. We still,
So
Christmas.
You'll probably connect with this then, Adam. Last week we talked about your top 4 favorite collectibles of all time. We had Tony from Tony Ruark from Game Central Station on, and one of the things I showed was I did I drop it? Oh yeah. So one of the things that I said was one of my favorite things that are collectible was whenever I find my games that have my name on it, right? Because it immediately brings me back to like 10-year-old, 8-year-old me. And it's like I would never, rub that off. Like this, like I don't care if it was $1 million game. That makes it invaluable for me. And because of the story, right? When I die and somebody wants to rub it off, whatever. But I totally I have a couple where my nephew's names are on them, because he didn't was his part of his collection. He didn't want them or whatever. That's just a big deal. So I love that.
Like one of my favorite things that Gabo does when he buys the NES games is he gets the people that he buys it from to sign the game.
Sign it, yeah. That's
which is
cool
so
thing.
great.
That is a very cool idea. I love that. You guys like Kung Fu? Andy, you even old enough to play this game?
Yeah, no, I played a little NES, but this was definitely before me, for sure. So, but I do understand the nostalgia tied to it. The games that you did have or that you did remember playing. We talked about it before too. You kind of mentioned it. Like games, I always look at them nowadays, and I'm like, man, they're so expensive. I couldn't buy them. Like, no, even I know inflation or whatever, but the prices were still really pricey back in the day for video games. So it's been tough to have that, and I do really miss rental stores.
And that's why most of my game collection when I was a kid,
right?
they sucked because my parents would buy them when they were like $10 and that nobody wanted. I was like, I got this. This game's terrible.
Did you guys ever rent?
And now those games right there are so much fun.
Did you ever rent a video game and it was horrible and you brought it back early? You're like, I'm done. I don't even need the whole week. I don't even need a week. You just have it back.
They actually refunded me if I did that at my local Blockbuster.
That's awesome. That's so much fun.
So where did you rent video games from? That's a question I want to know.
Where did I rent video games from?
Uh-huh.
So we had a Blockbuster in town, but we liked Hollywood Video. It was a little closer to us, Hollywood. But then we had Family Video, which was like a little mom and pop shop right down the road from us. So
really, I'm just trying to win the argument of having the most obscure place that I rented video games from as a child. Like, come on,
I rented from a grocery store.
That's pretty good. That's close.
Was yours a pizza place / tanning salon?
No.
That's
also another one that was nearby.
We did have a
place you had to go through the back beads to find your video games. You're like, back here.
Where'd you rent from?
G&A Furniture, a furniture store.
Nice. That's crazy.
Okay. All right.
I will say this. My favorite place to rent, I don't know what that building is now anymore, Andy, but it was on Robert Road. It's been like a pharmacy before or whatever, but the original thing that it was when I was a kid was Knights, like a medieval Knights Sporting Goods, and it was just this like mom and pop sporting goods place. And they shut down the sporting goods to be nighttime video. And that's where everybody went. And Blockbuster, I think, kind of put them under. But and then it's all kinds of other things. But that's usually where we went, was nighttime video.
Dude, Andy, that is such Adam, that is such like a core memory that you said that it was 100%. A freaking furniture store. Because my NES, my first copy of Zelda came from a jewelry store called Goldbro. No joke. It's from a jewelry store called Goldbro. And that, I had forgotten that. So you brought that.
Too bad it wasn't 24 karat cartridge.
It wasn't, but I mean, it was close enough. As close as you can get with the NES.
It's gold.
I mean, I grew up in a sub 4,000 person town, and the closest big city was about 90 miles away.
Yeah. Kevin, I can see this in southern Louisiana, southern Mississippi. Everything happens in the gas station. So that's where we're from, like southern Louisiana. But I rented from a gas station in Mississippi. By the way, if you ever go in Louisiana, gas station's where you want to get the best pick-me-up food.
It is arguably the best food in Louisiana is found in gas stations.
Yeah, 100%.
It's a bold claim.
Yeah,
I mean, you can get boudin and potato wedges. So
yeah, that is true.
Man. So yeah, we did that not long ago. on the way home from camp. So, all right, Link, let's go back. Link, you picked Kung Fu. That is an amazing pick. The one thing I remember about Kung Fu the most was the hitbox, just frustrating the crud out of you. If they got right up on you and you're like kicking through them, it's like, die. Yeah.
The arcade was worse. If you've never played the arcade version,
I probably did play the arcade. I don't remember where. I feel like that's something that is or was. Nighttime Video is a pet store now, says Kevin. It's a pet store now. Okay. So yeah, that's wild. But it was Night Sporting Goods. I remember like getting Gatorade gum from there, Kevin, like, and getting my catcher's equipment. Anyways, I'll jump in. My Link, to me, gosh, comfort game. When this system first came out, to me, it was the greatest family system ever. It was the time for me that this is nostalgia for me. Playing with my kids, playing with friends that came over. This is like the ultimate party system for me, and you got to go with the ultimate game for that. And I'm going with this one, man. Wii Sports.
Dude,
Wii Sports. Like, talk about comfort game, just sitting on the couch playing like home run derby like this, and like, just barely getting into it. But then your friends come over and you're all in playing tennis. And when this first came out, I guess I was in the mid-20s. But we used to have friends over all the time just to do tennis tournaments and whatever. And now playing it is just such a comfort. Just sitting back and hanging out with the kids and kind of just not really caring. Let's play some home run derby or tennis or bowling or whatever. I'm gonna go with Wii Sports, man. Just a great comfort game for me.
I love this pick and the music.
Yeah,
everything. It's just some of the most iconic for sure.
Yeah.
Again, Wii was my daughter's system, so Wii just has an insane amount of nostalgia for gaming with her, especially for me.
I feel that. I talk about this, Adam, all the time when we talk about movies, like Star Wars or like all these things that are being redone, and people like get all up in arms. You're ruining my childhood. But what I love about things like the Wii and stuff like that, looking back, it's not my system. I was born in '78, so I'm all kind of that first generation Nintendo, Genesis, whatever. But when the Wii came out, it was the system that like I got to introduce my kids to it. So like the new Star Wars, it might suck for you or whatever, but that's my kids' thing, and it's just such an awesome thing to kind of like enjoy stuff with them and play stuff with them. Like watching my son run around the convention and like, Dad, look at this. Did you have this as a kid? And it's like, yeah, it's just so much fun. Like the memories that you get. And so, yeah, to me, I have way more comfort watching my kids play now than me play. I love playing, but like watching them play and just sitting back and being like,
what's the favorite sport to play?
Are you asking?
Yeah, just in general.
Oh, to me, on this, it's bowling.
Yeah, bowling?
Yeah, bowling, and then probably... See, I love tennis, but not against the computer. I love playing friends on the tennis. For me, it's probably just bowling and home run derby. Well, those two the most.
Now, I like Wii Sports Veteran Move, sort of. Wii Sports Resort. I like that one, too, because that's the one with ping pong, right? Was Resort? Or was that on Sports? I always forget.
It's not on this one.
Was on Resort.
Yeah,
and then that one also had like the jousting, like on the tower or whatever.
So Andy, on this one, you get golf, bowling, boxing, tennis.
Oh, boxing is fun. I do enjoy the boxing in that one.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna Wii Sports. Tennis, bowling was fun with friends. Yeah. Wii was my college era. Yeah, I'm a little older. Sorry, Pammy and Hobby. Well, that was weird to say about. Okay. Who's up? Andy, you're up.
It's me, right? Okay. So my next pick on my list, is I'm going to go Super Nintendo for this one. It will not shock anyone. I think I talk about it probably every time we've talked about video games for some reason, but it's my favorite game. I just like, this is the go-to, and it's Donkey Kong Country. This is where I'm going to go with mine.
Nailed it.
I absolutely love this game with every fiber of my being. I just enjoy this game so much. Even the minecart levels, the sounds in this. But I think when I just overall, the aquatic ambiance, right? The music that is now the nostalgia sound on all TikTok reels or whatever, right? That's the music. But it's so great. I typically don't like underwater levels anywhere in any way, like in any game. It doesn't matter. But I just love the Donkey Kong one. And it's mainly because of the music, but the music in the whole game, and just starting it off with Cranky, with the phonograph, and then you've got everything about this game. I love this game. I love playing it. It's so replayable. It's a game that holds up better than many other games today. Seeing this, how far back it was. But Donkey Kong Country, Kirk, it wasn't going to be a surprise to you. Absolutely.
That was it. That was making your list. This was one of them for sure.
Yeah.
Donkey Kong Country. You love this game, man. You love it. It's just one of those things from your childhood. I didn't play it too much. Obviously, we talked about that, but it's definitely a fun game. And look, the underwater level, they use it now for nostalgia because it's comforting, that music, in like every short known to man that talks about nostalgia.
Dude,
Yeah.
I love it. But it was a game too that like I played so much of as a kid that like I knew where every secret barrel was and every like wall that you could go through. Like I figured out all of those things. I was not a 100%er in many of the games that I played, but Donkey Kong Country was the exception. It's the game that I just, to this day, I mean, it's the game that I'm throwing on and playing. If it's just me, I love Donkey Kong Country and everything Donkey Kong in general, but Donkey Kong Country for sure.
Most people agree with you. It's definitely iconic. You guys like Donkey Kong?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Let me say Donkey Kong Country is the game that made my young elementary school friends realize that a girl could play video games.
Come on now.
Oh, I like
Yes.
that. Yeah.
Because the final boss, they could not get past it. They got irritated and walked away, all three of them, and left the game running. So I picked it up and I played it and beat it on the first try. Just saying. And I had never picked up the game before that either. So I was pretty proud of myself.
Nice.
Look at Barry's comment real quick.
Right.
What's the difference between Matthew Broderick and Donkey Kong? One's a furious barreler, the other's a Ferris Bueller. Barry, never changed.
Barry, what's up, man? Thanks for being here. We love you, bro. Matt, wow. So let's Donkey Kong. Great game. Great. I kind of know. I mean, are you gonna? I don't know. Let's go.
Let's see what happens with the George.
Jamie, number one pick. Your number one most comfort game. If you could only have one game in the recliner on the island of your choice, what game you bringing? Just to chill out and play, man.
Well, I don't know that this would be my like desert island game, but I am picking the game that maximizes the concept of comfort, and that. One, this is a game nobody ever talks about, and it is a 10 out of 10 masterpiece game that I think everyone should play if they've ever been through a bad breakup. And it's, Sayonara Wild Hearts. This game starts right after the main character has broken up with someone, and it is a allegory of the emotional stages you go through pulling yourself up out of a depression. So as the game progresses and the main character metaphorically moves through these different stages of grief, the game starts becoming more lively and less somber and less melancholic, and it moves to a more alacritorious style. aesthetic. It has beautiful music, has beautiful art style. Queen Latifah narrates it. But if you've ever been through a bad breakup and you're depressed or you're struggling, and your friends come and they help pull you out of that feeling of life and vibrancy rushing back into your existence is the most comforting feeling you can have. And the only game I've ever really experienced that with is this one. So I had to go with Sayonara Wild Hearts.
Listen, I hear you saying that Queen Latifah narrates it beautifully, but I just want you to narrate everything right now. Just the way how you describe. I've never played that game, but I felt like I just played the game. That's really cool. I'm looking it up. I've not played this game, but I love that concept. It's totally it's like an art piece more than
it's really
as well as a video game.
It is fun. It is a real game. It is not just like a cozy comfort game. There's some real gameplay to it, and each stage has a different gameplay style. Some are racing stages, some are rhythm games, some are fighting games, some are Unreal shooters, some are shoot 'em ups. Everything's different, but each stage tackles a different emotion dealing with grief and the resolution of that.
I'm playing Doom after a breakup. Yeah, everybody's a little different. Just shoot everything. Yeah. This is cool though. This is really cool. I do like the art in this one. It's a cool idea here for sure.
Yeah. This is a really it is a beautiful game and it looks fun. I have not played it, but I have seen. Yeah, I mean, this is one of those games that you kind of see just kind of fumbling around the internet. But I love this right here. This pick is such this pick is just so Jamie meta. And Adam says he's going to play Doom, after a breakup. Yeah. No breakups around here. No breakups.
No, not this. No
breakups around here. All right. Well, that is a great George. We call it the George. It used to be G-Dub. But Heather, what's your number one pick?
Okay. I mean, for anybody here that knows me, my number one pick. Am I wearing the shirt? I'm not wearing the shirt today. It is a Final Fantasy shirt, but my number one pick is Final Fantasy VII. I've been playing that since the release of the game. It is very comforting to me to just be able to go around on the map and explore, ride chocobos, deal with the Tonberries and the Moogles, and it's just, the soundtrack is freaking amazing. I've listened to the soundtrack probably every other day my entire young adult life, and I'm 41 now, so that's a long time. This is my go-to game. This is literally what I love to play.
What a great pick, Andy. Don't you agree? Andy, don't you agree?
I'm glad that you guys love that game. I am so happy for everyone who loves Final Fantasy, and I'm here for it, just not to play the game.
Well, I'm going to say this. I'm glad you picked this, Heather, because I didn't put Final Fantasy VII on my list today because I've said it quite a few times over the last few weeks. I just love Final Fantasy, the whole thing. I probably wouldn't put 7 as my comfort one. My usual go-to, if I go back just to play any of them, it's the original. But I totally feel this. I feel this pick. JRPGs just have this, especially when you have a lot of world to explore and you can just kind of disappear into it a little bit. I enjoy it. I agree.
Yeah, the side quests, I get lost in the side quests. I literally steer away from the main storyline so often, and I get lost in the game very easily. So I think that's why I find so much joy in it, because I don't even realize what's happening.
I will say this is the one role-playing game that I played a lot with my nephew. He doesn't really play a lot of video games even then, and definitely not now. So that is a core memory of mine. One of the reasons I do love this one. But good pick. I love it. Andy, is there race candy to wait? Is there rare candy to easy level up in a Mewtwo? Otherwise, I don't want it. What do you think, Andy?
I get that. No, yeah, I don't want to take turn. I don't want to. it's just too methodical to play.
Ashton says he loves Final Fantasy VII, but it's the game that made me realize I hate turn-based RPGs, which is crazy. That's wild. It's wild. Adam, do you like that Heather loves Final Fantasy VII? And then we'll jump into yours.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of my favorites as well. And I don't play a ton of RPGs, but I have a lot of love, especially for 7. And then I think I played up until about 10. And then I stopped playing RPGs. And then I got back into it when they did the reboot of Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, the reboot is so awesome. Have you been playing those, Heather? The remakes?
Yeah,
Those are really
I have.
I try to tell Andy, for someone who doesn't love RPGs, for the reasons he don't love RPGs, the remakes kind of fix some of the things he doesn't like. But he doesn't.
No, you're right. It does. I have nostalgia for the polygon shapes, but the remake is absolutely gorgeous. And the change up they did with the music, it's still on par with the original soundtrack. But it's absolutely wonderful in all the ways, for sure.
When we did video game music, One Winged Angel was my George. So
Nice.
There's that. Yeah. All right. Well, Adam, what's your number one favorite comfort game of all time?
Super Mario World.
Dang it!
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I knew it was going to be somebody, but it is. It is one that I play at least probably 3 times a year. I'll just pull it up and go through it.
What a great game. Another one on my Benjamin. So that's another one that I can't pick later. But Super Mario World, to me, my favorite Mario game of all time is Super Mario World, right next to 1 or 2 others. But, I mean, it's my go-to for sure. Such a great game. Such a great game.
Fantastic pick. Yeah.
Andy, I know you love this one. And Kevin, if he's in the chat, he'll say the same thing. It's his favorite platformer of all time. Jamie, do you like Super Mario World?
Of course. Yeah.
Is that? Oh, I thought that was it.
I think it's the best. It's the best 2D Mario. I think.
I think
don't think it's even
have
close.
to agree. I love it. I love all the even with that. There's a lot of set strategy and puzzling. Find the extra levels. That's what I love so much about it. And when that was first introduced, it was, to me, it was like, oh, look at this, a Mario game that's not just, level 8-1, level 8-2. The only difference, the warp pipes and stuff. Such a great game.
One of those rare that I personally feel is it's just a perfect game.
I
Every aspect of it.
I agree. Well, I'll go with my George. And yup, was crazy enough to hunt down a non-player's choice CIB of it too, says Kevin. I knew he loves it. Kevin, I know you love this game. RNG, apparently you love it too. But there it is. I'm going with Symphony of the Night. If I wanted to sit down and absolutely not care about the world and just do whatever and have fun, beat up some things, going on adventure, Metrovania, it's my favorite. It's one of my favorite games of all time, if not the favorite game of all time, but it, to me, is the best comfort game. I mean, it's so fun. The music, not just the music, though, but even the sound effects for the game are just next level. It's not so hard that you have to have a doctorate to figure it out, but there are a few secrets there. But I mean, literally, nearly anybody can pick this game up and play it and just kind of have fun adventuring around through the castle. To me, it's the best. To me, it also started a genre, and it might not have been the original, that gets the nod for it, but I think it's the one that perfected it the most. And then that Metroidvania thing just kind of took off among all kinds of other games. My favorite game, my favorite comfort game is going to be Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Yeah.
I say it every time we talk about this game, but Megadeth's Symphony of Destruction is a fantastic song. Absolutely love that song.
Coming from the guy that don't like horror music or horror games, He's going with Megadeth Symphony of Destruction. All right.
Symphony of the Night is my favorite game of all time, but it is not what I would call like a comfort game.
Oh yeah.
For me, it gets me like pumped up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Get you on another level.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Symphony of the Night. I've played through it.
Retrovault says, "Can you put a price on peace?"
Can you put a price on peace?
Bro, that artwork
love
is
it.
beautiful. It's my TJ. Great game. Kevin says best game ever. Retrovault says I'll hold that for you. Yeah.
This is the soundtrack you could only get in Japan at the symphonic live performance of the sound of the.
That's
score.
awesome.
That was it.
That is really cool. Really cool. All right. Well, that's my George. And by the way, it was my George going into this. And then when I saw you guys kind of talking about it, I was like, yes, please nobody. All right. So anyways, Andy, what you got?
Yeah. So this one, I actually just text my wife because this is date night for my wife and I. This is what's happening. This is the game. It's literally one of the greatest games.
I didn't know y'all played Pokemon Snap on your dates.
Yeah, exactly. But funny thing is that it's not Pokemon Snap.
Super Mario World.
It's the Super Nintendo's Super Mario World.
Yeah,
it's the greatest. It is just the absolute, everything you guys said about it. It's the best Mario game ever. I mean, it just is what it is. I know we said 2D game, but for me, it's the best Mario game. Period. Point blank. Whatever. Doesn't matter. There's a million of them. But when we talk about I know that many people in the 80s would say that the iconic, just NES Super Mario or Mario Brothers, NES, the music to that was the go-to, and it's iconic and it's great. But to me, it's the music in Super Mario World. It's the fact that, again, we get my favorite character here, Yoshi. We get Yoshi in this. It's the two-player with Mario and Luigi. It's the animation. It's everything about this game is just so amazing. I love this game so much. It's the game that, like I said, my wife and I, if we have a date night where it's just like, hey, we just got the kids to bed and we can't go anywhere, we're throwing on Super Mario World and we're playing this game. I love it so much. I love all the levels. I love the Star World, kind of as you alluded to, Kirk. But this is one of the greatest games, if not the greatest game of all time. And I'm gonna go.
Totally agree. We crushed more on it when we did Mario games. We did it on platformers. We've done it on all kinds of stuff.
It's
World.
the game to me that made me solidified that platformers are just the way to go for me. I just love a platformer. It's
and Super Nintendo games,
And,
so we talked about it there too. All right. Well, we've already kind of talked about this one. So great picks at all. But now we have one more segment, and we always finish it off with our Benjamins. So if you've been around here long enough, you kind of understand we call them Benjamins because I don't know. It was like episode 3 or 4. I was like, hey, I wonder if there was another guy that was supposed to be on the mountain, Andy, and who they was. And I found a little article that said Benjamin Franklin. So it never happened. So Benjamin Franklin just missed the mountain. Let's see what just missed our mountains. Here we go. So this is how it goes. It's kind of a draft style. Anything that's been mentioned so far, like Mario World, it's off my table. Silent Hill's off the table. You can actually pick the part 1 or part 4 or whatever. You can't pick Silent Hill 2, which I think it was 2, right? But we're going to draft now and finish off with so we have a round 8 of picks. And this doesn't have to be nearly as long. More of like, this is what just missed my mountain. This is the reason it missed my mountain. Great game, whatever. And then we'll move down. And it's if you ever played fantasy football or anything like that, that's how the draft goes. So, Jamie, you're going to be first, then Heather, then Adam, me, then Andy. But on the second round, it goes backwards. So it's going to be Andy, me, Adam, Heather, Jamie, so on and so forth. So it goes like this. So Jamie, you're going to start off with the first pick, but you also have the very last pick. And on this round, you don't have to put them in order. If you know somebody might be taking something, you've heard our picks right now, and like maybe what we might be looking at, and like you want to get your best games possible. If you have something that's a little more obscure that nobody's going to say, save that for later. If all your picks are obscure, you have nothing to worry about. So, Jamie, you're up first.
I think some of the best picks are off the table now. I had to scratch out several of them already. But I'm going to go with my second favorite game on the PlayStation 1. It just barely missed the cut because it can turn into a little bit of a grind fest. But I'm going with Final Fantasy Tactics.
I love this game. I have a fond memory of this. I bought it and I lost it on the way home. I was in the military then, and I rode. I used to take a bus to the mall. I was in Biloxi. I took the bus to the mall from the barracks or whatever. Went shopping, bought that game, got back in, drove back, and I got home and it wasn't in my bag or whatever. And I'm like, did I drop it on the bus? What happened? So I had to end up buying it again. I love this game. Fun stuff. It is a grind.
Yeah.
It is a grind. Heather, do you like that one? Final Fantasy Tactics?
Oh yeah. I mean, if it's Final Fantasy, chances are I enjoy it.
Yeah, I enjoy it. It's a little, Andy, you might actually like that one. That's a little different.
I've heard that a few times.
It's a little different because it's more strategy. All right, Heather, what's your honorable mention? First honorable mention, Benjamin.
My first one is going to be Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah,
on PlayStation.
Yes, dude, I love this game. This reminds me of my nephew immediately. Getting those apples and all that. We actually just put a short out. There was a guy at the last convention who cosplayed as this, and it was really cool. He had the little thing floating over his head, and or no, he had it in his pocket, didn't he? And he
it was on his head. It was over his head.
Yeah, the tiki guy. It was fun.
Yeah, I always forget his name, but he says "ooga booga booga" every time you activate him.
Yeah, I love that game. Underrated. It never got what it was supposed to be, like Mario and Sonic, but it was still a fun game. Still fun stuff.
Definitely a fun game.
All right, well, Adam, what's Mr. Mountain?
Astrobot.
Astrobot, such a good game there too. Good picks. Good picks.
Oh, Jamie's scratching it off. That's why I picked it. I knew somebody was going to have that one in there.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's so good.
So good.
As I've said before, that is the best 3D Mario since Mario Odyssey. Like, it is fantastic.
It's a good game. It gets a lot of really good stuff.
And one of the few I've platinum. Like, I spent hours in that game.
Oh, my comments aren't there. Let me get my comments back on. All right, let's go, says Pamela Berry. We'll check it out. Yeah. So, listen, I'm going to jump in here. I almost put this in my top 4. I already had 2 sports games in there. It would have loaded it up heavy. But I have a lot of nostalgia with this one, and I love going back to it because I played this game when I was stationed overseas in Iraq. We actually had a PlayStation 2 that we got from the barracks, and there was about 10 games, and really this is the only game we played. So I came home and I immediately bought it. Tiger Woods 2004. And, man, I just love this game. And honestly, any golf game, it is like even my ones on my phone. I comfort game for me. I'd rather play a golf video game than real golf, to be honest. But yeah, comfort game for me. Tiger Woods 04. Andy, you get back-to-back picks, dude.
Yes. Man. So I think I'm gonna go with Pokemon Snap. Didn't make my top 4, but it should have. But it's one of my favorite games. It's so comforting.
Number 1 rail shooter of all time.
It is the best rail shooter out there for sure. But yeah, I'm gonna go Pokemon Snap. Of course, I'm gonna do that. Then my next one, I'm gonna go with just a staple in the comfy games, cozy games, comfort games, whatever we want to call it. And it's nostalgia for me too. Is Animal Crossing. I'm gonna have to put Animal Crossing out there.
Really?
Yep.
GameCube?
Another reason I don't play Silent Hill is because I liked Animal Crossing. I mean, I was just that
GameCube?
was,
Is that where you're going with them?
yeah. GameCube.
Well, look, if I can't have Super Mario World, I'm going to go with the next best one for me, Mario 3. I mean, it's like a 1A, 1B to me. Got a lot of fond memories with Kevin and our friend Damon and Marcus. I remember when this first came out. Total comfort game for me, just sitting back and kind of playing that game. Really most Mario games. Not all of them, but most Mario games are pretty comfort for me.
Yeah, you just took one off my list, Kirk. That was one of my honorable mentions.
Yep. Cool. Well, now it's back to Adam. No, is that right? Yeah, back to Adam, and then Heather, and then Jamie. You get 2 picks.
All right. So the Spider-Man games, the newer ones.
Nice. Spider-Man is in the house. That is a good pick. That is a real good pick for an honorable mention. And, Pamela says, if someone didn't say it, I might have cried. Don't cry, Pamela. All right. Well, Heather, what's next?
Okay, so this one landed on honorable mention, and this is something I mentioned earlier, my PC. Uno Online.
Uno.
Yes, and the reason why it's an honorable mention is because the game is incredibly buggy, and it has been for years, and they still can't fix it.
Dude, I had Uno on my computer too, and that Uno, dude, I love that game. Every time we play Uno, I always say it like that, even when I'm in person. But it was from the computer version that I had, and I love that game. Good stuff. Uno. So was that the one that you were talking about earlier that he might steal?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I have, not that I might steal it, it's just that I have this like $4,000 PC that I built myself, and I recently upgraded, and I choose to play Uno on it in my free time.
There you go.
The game that you can play almost anywhere, but yeah, awesome. Yeah. Pretty sure Pamela Berry is Pammy's account. LOL. All right, Jamie, you get back-to-back picks. You get last of the second round, first of the third round.
Got it. First off, I want to commend Heather on Uno. It's a fantastic pick. I wish I had thought of it. I have every achievement in Uno on the Xbox 360. I put like 60 or 70 hours into it.
It's the Uno.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
All right.
Pamela wants a gaming PC, she says. Hobby, get on it.
My round 2 pick is, I also have an affinity for golf games. I also like RPGs. So I'm picking Golf Story, which is a golf RPG.
That sounds like a nightmare for Andy.
That's
it is so much fun. It's an unbelievably fun game.
I want to play this now. Golf
Story is it's like a 16-bit style RPG though. And it's a great game. Totally comfort game. But yeah, I'm going with Golf Story. And my third round pick, I am going to go with, you guys know I love shoot 'em ups. I like hard games. Yeah. The king of all the shoot 'em ups that makes all the hardest games is a company called Cave. And Cave happened to put out a side-scrolling horizontal shoot 'em up that is all claymation, and it's actually a beginner shoot 'em up, and it's called Death Smiles. And it looks like so much is going on when you play it, but it's like minimal effort. It's the perfect first shoot 'em up to play. I think it's one of their best games. So for my round 3
thinking, is he about to say one of these bullet hell games? Because there's no.
It is kind of a bullet hell game, but it's an easier one. I'm going with Death Smiles.
I was like, man, those games. I get nervous thinking about playing. I'm picking up the controller to play them.
Death Smiles
says
1.
Death Smiles 1 or 2.
Death Smiles 1 is Halloween themed. Death Smiles 2 is Christmas themed. I'm going with the Halloween themed.
Do you approve, Kevin? Because I know you play that stuff. So awesome. Now back to you, Heather. Round 3. We got 2 more picks for everybody except Jamie. Jamie, you got 1 more.
Okay. My next one is Cool Borders on the PlayStation. A lot of my picks are from PlayStation because of my childhood. It's just what I go back to every time.
I love it. I love it. That's a great pick. Kevin says good stuff. Of course he does. Awesome. Adam, you agree? What's your next pick?
Halo 1.
Nice.
Hey,
Oh.
I got to steal some from Andy. Andy, were you going Halo 1?
No, I wasn't, but I love this pick.
Yeah,
I was
know
never
you-
comfortable playing this. Like it was too intense for me. But I do love the game.
That's a fun game.
I got so insanely good at that game, especially the multiplayer at the time. And again, this is something I just recently finished the remake they did with my daughter. We did couch co-op, and it was great to bring it back.
Yeah, come on.
I love that pick. I love that. Gosh, I'm gonna leave it out there. Maybe I'll pick it up in the last round. I'm gonna go with another. It's a sports game. It's my favorite sports game of all time. It was on my favorite sports game of all time when we had sports games. For a comfort game, it's comfortable, but like, gosh, I mean, the music. I don't know. I'm going with the original Nintendo Baseball Stars.
Baseball Stars. Yeah.
And
Over the Neo Geo version?
There is a Neo Geo version, but this to me is the golf story right there. This is the RPG of baseball. This is when stats and stuff started getting like crazy, and you had to raise money for your guys. Andy, you need to play this one.
Yeah.
Andy, you got 2 picks.
Yeah. I'm trying to find there was a meme just kind of talking about your I don't think it was that game. Maybe it was, but it was like a Japanese game about American baseball, and it was like they came up with what they thought were the most American names for baseball.
Oh yeah, like Derp
Sleeve McDykel.
Yeah.
Like what? It's half of them. The letters don't even make Daryl Archideld. I mean, what a great American name. Anyway, so that's what made
Sounds like a game Pammy would actually play, though this is earlier. The 1080 PlayStation, right? And then how often did you have LAN parties? That's
my favorite baseball player was Bobson Dugnut, but you know, he's a great one. But, I love that he was one of my favorites. Anyway, I get 2 more picks. This game was super comfortable as a kid growing up, and I loved it so much. I actually mentioned it not long ago. I'm trying to remember in what context we talked about it, but I'm going to the PC, and I'm going to Roller Coaster Tycoon. This is going to be my next. I can't tell you how many hours I spent
stuff
accidentally killing people on my roller coaster because I didn't finish it, or or whatever. Not putting trash cans for vomit.
All those games are semi-fun.
I did, but and again, this is veteran move because I'm throwing out some other ones that are out there, and it'll count. But like, I used to play Sim City and all the like that stuff. That was absolutely, those kind of simulation type games were super fun growing up. My last pick is going to be my newest pick out of all of these, and I'm going to go with one that. It's kind of I'm cheating here in a sense because I'll pick the game, but there's so many games that steal this exact same style of play, and it came from before. It's not anything original, but I'm always a sucker for these games on my phone when it comes up. But I'm going like Candy Crush type game. I mean, it's just. It's like the slot machine thing where you just get the bells and whistles and the colors in your head and you can't stop playing. I absolutely love these games. I'll play them for the longest time, and then I won't play them for a season because I just get tired of it, and then I come right back to it. And I love Candy Crush.
Yeah, I have been racking my brain trying to figure out which phone game I wanted to do, because if I'm being honest, I play more games on my phone than anything, but I only play them for a season. I'll play them for like 2 months or
once
maybe
it starts
offering
me way too many in-app purchases, I'm out. I don't want it anymore. But
and I didn't land on one specifically, but yeah, I like this pick. Candy Crush type games, Royal Match and all that stuff. Those are good pick. All right, well, you're done. I I almost thought about our new fanatical game, Andy, and I was wondering if you were going to pick it.
Have you played 20-0 yet, though?
Yeah, it's hard.
Not as good.
Hard.
It's not as good. It's really
not as
different.
good. But I already said it, so I'm just gonna go use it. There it is. Final Fantasy #1. I even put the initial on that one. This is what got and then you color in the triangle. Got to do that. This is what got me into RPGs, JRPGs, any RPG. Was this game? My really good friend Chris used to come over, and that was Twitch. Before Twitch happened, he would sit there and watch me play for hours and just tell me things. And it comes up all the time, but I love Final Fantasy. I talked about it last week. If I had one game that I would wish was CIB wrapped, graded, or any of that, it would probably be this. Because it just has the most memories for me. I just love that game so much. And then all the other ones are fun, but I know it's buggy. I know it's not the best, but it started it all for me. So that's going to end my mountain. So let's do this. It's going to be Adam, Heather, and then Jamie finishing us off. And then we'll be done for the night.
Mine's pretty simple. It's Doom Eternal.
Oh, there you go. We got Doom.
We got Doom in there.
We got it in.
We got it in. Alan Prescott, welcome back. It's been a minute. Thanks for coming, man. Thanks for being here.
Any relation to Dak?
Dak Prescott. Yay, Halo, says Penguin. Yeah, Doom. I love Doom. Doom's a cool game. I love the original one on Xbox. Played it a ton. I mean, even the PC one, even before that, but the original one on Xbox was just one of my favorite games of all time.
The originals hold so much nostalgia for me. That's the first game I ever played online. Me and my buddy played multiplayer by dialing into each other's computer via hyperterminal. That tells you how old I am.
Yeah, man. That's back in the day. So good stuff, man. Good stuff. Where you going, Heather? Finish off your mountain.
Well, I just wanted to say that Andy brought back some major memory rush to my head when he said Candy Crush. I don't know. It triggered the game Bejeweled and Snood that I used to play on PC all the time. Now, those weren't my honorable mentions, but I just
veteran move. Right off the bat. I love that.
So my last one is Ori and the Blind Forest. I also played this one on PC. I replayed it on the Switch. Will of the Wisps is also a good one, but the Blind Forest is one of my favorites.
This is a cool game, and this kind of fits with that vibe that we were talking about earlier. I love this game. This is fun stuff. This is what I imagine immediately when you guys mentioned comfort games. I'm trying to find these games, and I was like, I don't have enough experience with them. But I wanted some on my mountain. Good pick. I love this pick. Yeah. All right. Well, last one, Jamie, and we're done. Last pick of the night. It's the Brock Purdy, right? This is Mr. Irrelevant.
Mr. Irrelevant, right?
Yeah. What's your pick?
So, I want you guys to know. I want to commend you all on your taste in games because you managed to knock half of the games on my honorable mentions list off of.
Hey, there we go.
But my last one, I'm going to go with mindless fun where you just get to blast stuff and enjoy pretty explosions and kill bugs while you're doing it. And I'm going with any Earth Defense Force game.
Nice.
Yep.
Earth Defense Force.
Get a machine gun or get a nuclear rocket launcher and just zap thousands of bugs. That's it. That's what it is.
That's great stuff. Well, comfort games. Now I want to go play some comfort games. Now I want to go just sit down and veg out a little bit before I go to bed. But time for doing a little couple thank yous. Man, tons of friends have showed up. A bunch of people we haven't seen in a minute, like Alan and you guys. Thanks for coming by. Pam and Pamela and Javi. Right. I mean, you name it. Penguin, thanks for being here and hanging out with the fam. I mean, the list goes on and on. Thanks for being here. Next week, we actually have Retrovault, who was in the chat. And I accidentally, if Retrovault, you're still here, I accidentally kicked him out, or her out, or both of them out, trying to kick the other person out. So I had to go back in the other account and bring them back. So sorry about that. But welcome back to the fold there. And we will see them next week. And they're going to do gaming memories. Oh, Lopez Drummer still lurking and hanging out in the background. Thank you so much. But next week, gaming memories with Retro Vault. Be their first time on the show. Come and hang out. What's your favorite gaming memories? That's kind of what we talk about in Nostalgia Therapy all the time. And then Ashton was in the chat. He's going to start us off with our music selection. We haven't got all the topics yet, but he'll be first week of September. And him and Lance are going to do movie scores. So,
Tammy, real quick, it was great to see the comment there.
Yeah.
Had a rough day. Look, this is Nostalgia Therapy.
Nostalgia Therapy, which, by the way, Andy, when I started the show, I didn't start with our intro because I guess we kicked it out for that short. I was like, whoa, we're live. So we didn't do our Nostalgia Therapy song. That stinks. Prime
Should
in the
we
house.
change our outro to our Nostalgia Therapy? No.
That's what I was trying to kind of let you know. Why don't you play that? All right. Well, it's time to go before we head out. And thank you guys that have been here. Heather, Adam, Jamie, you guys are just great people. Thanks for spending a little bit of time with us. And we love what you guys are doing. We love seeing you guys at the conventions, and I can't wait to see you at the next one. But why don't we start with RNG, since you were the last one wherever. Tell everybody where people can find you, maybe what you got coming up next. You go into a convention or two, and then we'll do Heather and Adam, and we'll go home.
Yeah, you can just Google RNG Gamer. I'll come up. I'm on YouTube and everywhere else. And if you like wristwatches, check out Watch RNG. I am going to a couple of conventions in September. I will be at the Raleigh Gaming Geek Expo September 5th and 6th. And I will also be at the Culture Shock Expo in Texas, the whatever weekend is closest to the 23rd. That weekend, whatever that weekend is, I'll be there for that. But yeah, I have
in September.
Yep.
Well, that's my wife's birthday. I don't know if it's on a weekend, but anyways,
take her to the Culture Shock Expo as a gift.
She would love that.
So great, Tom. But yeah, watch videos.
Unfortunately, she looks at this hobby of ours like, oh, is that your friends?
Yeah, my wife's the same way. But yeah, watch videos on Thursday mornings, video game videos on Saturday mornings.
He has great taste, RNG. He's complimented my watch. Oh, yeah, Retro Vault. Complimented. Pammy says, we will see you there, Jamie, and coming to hang out. We're going to Gaming Geek, I believe is GGE. And you and Heather are top tier, says Lopez Drummer. Adam and Heather, well, I guess ladies first. Heather, tell everybody about Pixel Parts. Adam, you can finish us off.
Okay. Pixel_parts on Instagram, and pixelparts1.com is my website. So hit me up there. And then as far as the conventions we're going to, I'm going to steal Adam's thunder here a little bit. I'll let him talk about Retrofest again, but not Retrofest, Rocket City. We are going to Retrofest. When is that? October? September? What month are we in? October.
We're in August.
And we're also going to Really Rad Weekend this year, and those are our last two conventions for the year.
So I got the privilege of hanging out next to Rad Junk for Siege. That was where my little booth was, and I didn't even know I had a booth until the second day or the end of the first day. Austin was like, hey, I got you a table. I was like, oh, man. But anyways, I got the privilege of hanging out at Rad Junk, and I was like, yeah, I want to come down. I always hear great things. Actually, Kevin in the chat, he was the one that said, hey, let's go to that one time Really Rad Weekend, because he went there. And that weekend right there is just, I think it's the St. Tammany Collectors Con, Andy. So I think that's why I can't make that, because St. Tammany Collectors Con is like the first convention that invited us. And
officially St. Tammany Comic Con now.
Oh, yeah. Comic-Con now. I think they're the same weekend. Yep, Kevin said really fun. So yeah, I don't think we can make it this year, but I definitely want to try and make it one of these years. I think it's especially seeing all the content creators. That's just a big deal. Well, Adam, tell us all about your signs, and of course, invite everybody to Rocket City.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can find me mostly through Instagram. That's where I'm the most active. It's pretty simple. It's the Retro Beard, all one word. You can find the same name on Facebook, and I post the same stuff on Facebook. So
Hey, there's Austin. Hanging out. Hey, guys.
Yes. And then, like Heather said, we'll be at RetroFest. We'll be at Really Rad from a convention standpoint. And then, of course, Austin's here. But we will have Rocket City Retro Fest. Will be February 6th and 7th, Huntsville, Alabama, at the Von Braun Center. You will not want to miss it. We're bigger this year, more space, more vendors, more panels. It's going to be an awesome, good time.
Well, me and Retro Cannon will definitely 100% be there at Rocket City. It was a great time last year. And thanks for being here. Thanks for spending a little bit of time, especially in a hotel. And that is really awesome. But definitely, we can't wait to see you guys. And Andy, you have some last minute things to say, and then we can go home.
I'm being put on the spot, but anyway, no, thank you guys for being here tonight.
Rocket City, whoop, whoop.
Thanks for everybody in the chat.
Damon says, go support my parents.
Oh, gotta support the parents. That's right. Yeah. Well, I love all you guys. Appreciate you guys being here tonight. But for now, as I stall to set our outro video, it's time to say goodnight like we always do. This is the Rushmore Show, where it's all about your top four.
And nothing more.
It's that same old startup screen glow, blowing dust off a gray game logo. Saturday stacked in a plastic case, sleepover scores we can't